Well, my friends, we are finally here. The Rooftop concert. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. I don't know when you're going to be watching this. It could be Saturday night, Sunday, Tuesday, whatever day. This is courtesy of our patron, Laura. Thank you, Laura, for sending this in. And she sent in a couple other Beatles requests that we'll be doing the next couple weeks. If I like it, obviously I'm probably going to. I might do more on my own time just to see more. I don't know. But I know this is going to get like super blocked. I can already feel it in my bones. So we'll see what happens. It might just be a Patreon exclusive. It might go on YouTube. I don't know. But we're going to be listening to... So honestly, I want to... Hold on. Let me get the info back up. The songs don't let me down. But so this was a song that was recorded during the Let It Be sessions. Written by John Lennon. Credited to Lennon McCartney. Also recorded with Billy Preston. It was going to be a B-side to Get Back, but Phil Spector excluded the song from Let It Be. And then the song's first appearance was on the Hey Jude 1970 collection. So it's a single by Billy with a single by the Beatles with Billy Preston. That's a very interesting title. So the Rooftop concert though, which is the coolest thing I've ever read. That's so awesome. So January 30th, 1969, they performed a concert from the rooftop of their Apple Corps headquarters, Seville Row. Joined by guest keyboardist Billy Preston, the band played a 42-minute set before the Metropolitan Police arrived and ordered them to reduce the volume. It was their final public performance of their career. They performed 9 takes of 5 new songs as crowds of onlookers, many on lunch breaks, congregated in the streets and on rooftops of nearby buildings to listen. The concert ended with Get Back and John Lennon joking, "I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we've passed the audition." Well, you probably did. So this was released also in the Let It Be movie that came out in 2020, or the Beatles Get Back as well, with single takes of One After 909 and Dig a Pony on the accompanying album. So, you know, these guys are like the most, I don't know, what's the word? Not decorated. Well, no, definitely the most decorated band of all time. The most written about and, you know, details, all this. There's so much lore to the Beatles, it's insane. And I'm very grateful to people like Laura and our patron Clay and Joel and everyone that explains things to me like I'm a dumb 4-year-old. It helps, I promise. All right, here we go. The Beatles, Don't Let Me Down, live. 3, 2, 1, go.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Nobody ever loved me like she does. Ooh, she does. Yes, she does. And if somebody loved me like she does,
Paul's bass is beautiful.
oh, she does. Yes, she does. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
Oh, the cops are already there.
Don't let me down. Don't
See air
let
drumming?
me down.
I would too.
I'm in love for the first time.
God, Ringo is so good, bro.
Don't you know it's gonna last? It's a love that lasts forever.
Oh,
It's a love that has no past. Don't let me down.
that is so good.
Don't let me down.
He's got towels on his heads.
Don't let me down.
Or just on the floor, Tom, it looks like.
Don't let me down.
That harmony, man.
And from the first time that she really done me, oh, she done done me, she done me good.
An epic beard.
I guess nobody ever really done me. Oh, she done me, she done me good. Don't let me down.
Oh, that's so good.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
Billy sounds so good right here. No. That logo. Man. I literally want to stop this video right now and go download another track. Why was that so good? I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised at this point that they can just still do that to me. Just that was, that was just a Beatles song, and it was really, really good, but there's just something about that performance. Oh my God. They had so much energy and life in them. And I guess the only live stuff I've ever seen of theirs was, like the Royal Variety or whatever show, and all the early stuff, the black and white Beatles. Or the Shea Stadium was the only one I saw in color of them live, but I've never seen them like move like that, and just I don't know, the background of like what normal people look like, I guess, in 1969 in Britain or in London or whatever, and they're just in the background enjoying the concert, like I don't know if it was spontaneous, obviously they planned it beforehand, but no one else, I don't know if they told people about it, but I guess if the cops showed up and told them to shut up basically, then I guess they didn't alert the local sheriff. Well, y'all don't have sheriffs over there. As a constable, he didn't alert the local constable about it, but that's okay. It's only the most legendary concert of all time. It's no biggie. Yeah, that was definitely. They did not let me down there. And I guess you guys probably figured I was gonna use that pun in this video, and I'm only gonna use it once, I promise. Yeah, that was fabulous. I looked like Ringo had like a towel over his floor tom, so I'm guessing it was raining or something. He just wanted to make sure his head stayed safe, or maybe that was for the sound. I don't know, man. Ringo is one hell of a drummer. Whatever he wants to do, I trust him. It sounded great, especially in that the section after the chorus, and he would just kind of come in at that point, and the snare and everything. It sounded so good, man. He's so undervalued and underrated. He really is one of the best drummers, the best fit drummers of all time. He fits the Beatles like a glove. And I know that people, there's hearsay. There's so many different accounts of things, and I've been reading the book Clay sent me, and it's fascinating to see the birth of them, and it's, I don't know. They weren't even around that long, and there's just so much detail, so much history, and just the weight of that performance right there, especially if it's being like the last one that they ever did. I don't know. You could just see it, man. McCartney's epic beard that would, follow to like the self-titled and stuff like that, because we've been diving into all the post, the post albums, basically post breakup. And I can't really pick one. I really, really like Ram. Ram is really good. The self-titled, the track we did from that was really good. The Wing stuff is great. John's solo stuff is great. The Plastic Ono Band. George's album right afterwards, of course, is like probably the best one out of the three. Them releasing stuff. But I don't know, man. There's just something so special about them. And it's hard to like really describe, because everything's been said already about them. There's really nothing I can add to this, add to it other than like my personal experience with it. And I can tell you that they are the most positive and uplifting kind of band, but not on purpose. Like they don't set out to like Yes, and John Anderson, that he sets out in his writing to be inspirational and stuff like that. They're not like that. They just write really, really good songs and have really, really good production, usually. Um, Minus that one album, I guess, with Phil Spector, which, the jury's still out on that one for me because I haven't really heard it all the way through. But I don't know. George Martin added so much to their sound, but just the lads on their own, man, they're prolific, man. They're in every way possible. That's my new favorite catchphrase, but for them, it's 100% true. And it kind of, just like I said, it defies description, the impact that they had. We just did Third Stone from the Stun and Are You Experienced by Jimi Hendrix Experience yesterday. And that was a landmark achievement, in culture and music. And I feel like, I don't know what the exact moment, because the Beatles had like multiple landmark moments, like the original Beatlemania, and then they, Sergeant Pepper, all the stuff they did. It was always like a meteor hitting the earth, and everyone's like, oh, okay. But obviously they weren't the only band around back then, and there was tons of other bands out there doing amazing stuff. But it feels like they owned their own road, and people kind of followed them down their road. Some people didn't, some did, but they had ELO and Jeff Lynne that followed afterwards, and like the vein of their music and what they were going for probably in the future. And the sound kind of lived on, and people just deconstructed their stuff into oblivion. Now to the point where I hear classic rock, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Beatles. Oh, that sounds like the Beatles. That sounds like the Beatles. It's like the Simpsons. It's like, oh, Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. Beatles did it. That's kind of how I feel at this point. And I'm just like a new Beatles fan, even though I just like really dived in. But at the same time, like, I don't even know. There's so much to learn about them that it kind of boggles the mind, but. And they weren't even around that long. They didn't even release that. I mean, they released a lot of music, but they didn't. I don't know. They just weren't, like, time wise. They weren't there for that long. And you guys probably didn't even really know how blessed and lucky you were when they were around. That's just how it works, though. You never know what you got till it's gone. But yeah, definitely didn't let me down. All right, 2 times. And I think that's it. Thank you, Laura, for a great pick. If I had to say anything, I would say that Paul McCartney's really awesome looking bass he had there was I think my favorite part of this, other than Lennon's vocal fry and his like real is in the chorus and the harmony when George would come into. You could just hear like the raspiness in John's voice. And Paul just always has that energetic feel about him, and he's always in his own zone doing his thing, and you can never fault that. And Ringo is just steady, bro. He is so good. He adds so much to this band. Like, I can't even really pick anything. I just said 4 things, about all 4 of them. George always, when he comes in for that harmony, man, they almost have like a Beach Boys CSN level harmony. It's just so good. They rarely used it though. I'm not rarely, but like they used it, but especially in the earlier stuff. But it feels like as they grew older and matured, they strayed away from the harmony, like being the crutch of their music, and they kind of incorporated the orchestral stuff, the strings, the very psychedelic instrumentation on certain albums, So they really did grow and evolve within the short span that they were here, and it was a beautiful thing to witness. I'm guessing. So, yeah, that's it. That's all the words I got. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Laura. Patreon, right there. That's a picture of it. There's a link in the description. You might only be watching this on Patreon for all I know, but hopefully you're not. Hopefully this is on YouTube. Hopefully everyone gets to watch it, because I hate paywalling stuff, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. There's also a PayPal as well in the description if you want to send a request or a tip in that way. But if you join Patreon, you get access to all of our Beatles stuff. We've got like 5 albums, 3 in full, 2 in half, and there's another one coming soon. Once I have time to sit down and actually do it, I'm going to tackle side A of Rubber Soul at least. Just for Patreon though, because I know it's going to get blocked, so we'll see. I think that is it. Maybe we'll do more now. Maybe.